Hi everyone. In this second video I'd like to continue to look at how we can use connectives to join ideas in a piece of writing. On Tuesday we did a bit of work together when we discussed healthy eating, and we saw how when we link our thoughts and ideas we can use these little joining words called connectives to show contrast, to sequence ideas, to add additional information, and to show cause and effect. So what I'd like to do is just to go through the slides again, the little drag and drop activities that we did, just to clarify the content of that session. First of all, we looked at those connectives that can be used to sequence ideas or actions, and those that can be used to contrast ideas. And we actually use some of these connectives in our piece of writing. If you're writing a set of instructions, it can be very useful to use words like first, then, secondly, finally, to indicate the order in which actions need to be taken. On the other hand, if you're writing a little incident report, words like afterwards or later can be useful in clarifying the sequence of events. On the other hand, and actually that's one of the phrases I wanted to highlight, we can use phrases like on the other hand to indicate that we're changing track, that we're going to introduce some ideas that are different by using words, short words like but, or slightly longer words like nevertheless or however. So we could see there that we were using connectives either to sequence ideas or to contrast ideas. We also looked at how we can use connectives to show cause and effect, how one thing causes another, or how we can use them to show that we're giving additional information, extra information. In our piece of writing on Tuesday we used connectives like as a result, and therefore, so that, and because, or in this way, to make clear to the reader how one idea causes or linked to another, is linked to another. With a word like because, the match was called off because the pitch was frozen. On the other hand, we can use connectives to indicate to the reader that we're just adding additional information to a point that we have just made. So we may just use a small word like also or to. When we're writing a bit more formally, we might use words like in addition and furthermore, but they all have the same effect of adding, showing that we're adding additional information to the text. So in the session we looked at using connectives, and we could see that there were 4 different ways in which we can use them: to sequence ideas, to contrast ideas, to show cause and effect, and to give extra information.